Hey folks, Shadeslay here, back in the Horizons Arcology where, as promised, this week we're taking a little bit of a diversion to look at some of the mobs introduced by the Witchery mod. Now, I'm glad that we're going to be outside the Arcology today because down on the yellow level, although we've still got quite a lot to go with Witchery, I've got the builders in, renovating it into a lab that will hopefully be ready in time for when we start taking a look at the Advanced Genetics mod. And you can see they've left a bit of a mess down there, so hopefully that will be ready in time. Now, the first of the witchery creatures we're going to look at today is a bit of a trip down memory lane for us. We're going to meet someone that we met back in the first episode. It's the pesky Mandrake. So here we go, we've got our Mandrake plants, and harvesting them during the day will cause a Mandrake to spawn. Now, these guys are horrible. They run around you, they scream, and they give you this nausea effect as well, which makes them really, really difficult to hit. The good news is they don't do a whole lot of damage though. The main problem you're going to have with them is if something else sneaks up on you while you're taking these guys out. They drop Mandrake root when you kill them, but to be honest, the best way to avoid these guys spawning is to harvest your Mandrake plants at night, and that shouldn't give you any problems. So that's the first one, that's the Mandrake. We'll have a look now at the Ent. Now, one of our viewers said that he came across an Ent when he was cutting down some trees and it attacked him. Well, you can get Ents spawn whenever you cut down any of the 3 special trees, Rowan, Alder or Hawthorn, that are introduced by the Witchery mod. So we've got a Rowan tree here, we'll just hack away at some of this wood with our axe. Right, let's have a look. No, we seem to be safe for now. Can't see anything. There's an alder tree here as well, so let's go and chop down this one. Get ourselves some nice alder wood. Right. Here we go. Now, oh, there we go. We've got ourselves an Ent, and they've been beautifully modelled. I have to give credit to the author of the mod for that one. They do look really good. Where's he off to? Oh, he's gone walkabout. I think he hasn't seen me yet. Here we go, let's get up close. Oh, he's seen me now. Right, he's coming for me. Now, the thing about Ents is that they don't seem to run at you when you're looking directly at them, so you seem to be fairly safe if you're staring at them. A little bit like an Enderman in that sense. They've got 200 health, which means they're going to take some number of hits to get these guys down. And when you've got your back turned on them, you've got to be really careful because they can sneak up on you. They do a reasonable amount of damage when they hit. I'm not wearing any armour at the moment, so you can see he's knocking a few hearts off me. The sword wasn't doing much damage though, so the best thing to do is whip out your axe. You'll have one to hand anyway if you were cutting down wood. And also, another tactic, it's a little bit cowardly, but if you can hide under the canopy of a tree like this, then he can't reach you. So that's going to make it much, much easier to take one of these guys out. I feel like such a coward doing it like this, but it does make sense. I'm down to half a heart. There we go, he's down. And he's dropped some bits as well. Let's have a quick look. What have we got? We've got a sapling. Oh, and an Ent twig as well. So we can use that in some witchery recipes a little bit later on. Now you'll see all of this long grass and these saplings and these plants that have appeared. The Ent has an effect of kind of putting down bone meal wherever it goes. So it's made a lovely mess all over the place here. So that's the Ent. Next up, we're going to take a look at something even more dangerous, the Demon. I'm not going to cover in this episode how you go about summoning one. We'll have a look at that later on. But for now, what you want to know is that you can trade with demons to get some pretty nice items, if you can get close enough to them. Now these things have a ranged fireball attack, a bit like a ghast. And they'll also hit you if you get up close to them as well. You can see we've got our diamond armour on now, so at least that's giving us some protection. You can take these guys on with a sword. They're not too much trouble. They don't have a massive amount of health. And what you do find is that you can knock their fireballs back at them as well. And that's a tactic that I'd recommend. Whip out a bow and then use it to knock their fireballs back at them. They're big enough that it's quite easy. Couple more hits, there we go, and he's down. And they tend to drop magna cream when you take these guys out. But of course, that's not much use. He's made a lovely hole in the ground, he's set some fires off. but actually we couldn't get close enough to him to initiate a trade. So let's find out how we can go about doing that. Got another demon down there, and in our inventory we've got ourselves a Devil's Tongue Charm. Now we'll look at how to get one of these in a future episode, but for now what you need to know is that the Devil's Tongue Charm will let you get close enough to a demon to trade with it, and it gives you a chance that the demon won't attack you. And you can see here he's got some demon heart. It's one of the only ways to get them, so we can trade him for some of that. Oh, and he's let off a fireball, so the Devil's Tongue Charm not 100% effective at keeping you safe, but it certainly helps. And you can see he's got lots of nice things there to sell. He's got some great enchanted books that would otherwise be quite difficult to get your hands on. Right, he's down in the hole now. We've got our Devil's Tongue Charm. If we swap this out and go to our sword, he'll go back to attacking us. There we go. He's launching fireballs. And then if we switch to the charm again, he's neutral. So that's the demon. Next up, fans of sci-fi literature and people who know the works of author John Wyndham will know all about Triffids. If we plant down a Triffid seed, which is essentially the same thing, we'll grow ourselves a Triffid. Now these are kind of moving plants. They're neutral to the person who plants them. But if you attack one, they'll come after you. They don't do a lot of damage, but they do have this blindness effect, which will stop you from seeing anything that's around you. Not much health either, so they're nice and easy to take out. But they can be a bit of a pest, especially if you haven't got any armour, and there's lots of them. So let's see what happens if we pop one down next to a villager. A little bit cruel, but quite fun as well. So let's see what happens when we pop one down just up here. I'll show you how to make the Triffid seeds in the future episode. But for now, our villager's running off, chased by our Triffid. I don't think he's going to escape somehow. Triffids are quite fast. listen to him squawking. Fantastic. I think he's a goner. Yeah, there we go. So these guys are great on a multiplayer server, for example, if you want something to defend your base, because they'll attack anyone else, any other mobs, but they won't come after you. And they've got a little bit of an issue going through the ground as well. Right, finally, we're going to have a look at the Horned Huntsman. So, setting fire to a bloody wicker man will spawn the Horned Huntsman, and he's kind of the boss of the Witchery mod. He's a bit fierce, he's got 400 health, and before you take this guy on, you're going to want to make sure you are fully tooled up and prepared. So, we've got some pork chops, just put our hunger bar up to full, we've got full health, grabbed a diamond sword, and some health potions as well. This is going to be one big fight, I think. Let's take out this wolf. There we go. Right, I don't know where he is, but he's somewhere nearby, because you can see the bar at the top of the screen, and there's a bit of mist in the air as well. Right, where is this guy? Let's go up to some higher ground. See if I can see him. He's around here somewhere. I don't really want to find him, to be honest, because this is one tough guy. Oh, there he is. He's firing arrows at me. Right, let's have a little look then. So this guy's got, oh, there we go, he's got 4 or 5 different abilities. First of all, he'll throw arrows at you. They've got quite a knockback, so that's one challenge to face. Second one, he's got a melee attack as well, so if you get up close to him, he'll hit you quite hard. You can see he's regenerating his health over time, which makes him all the more difficult to take on. He can also teleport, like you saw there, a little bit like an Enderman. And he also spawns wolves. So as if it wasn't enough trouble trying to take him on, you've got to keep the wolves in check as well. So I'm just going to fire some more arrows at him from a distance. You can see his flying over my head there. Problem is, you've got to keep attacking him, because otherwise he's just going to regenerate that health. And he's very difficult to get close enough to hit with a sword, because he'll just knock you away. So what we'll do is we'll get a few more hits on him. He seems to have stopped for a second. There we go. We'll whip out our bow again in a minute, I think. Oh, there we go. And then we'll speed this up and see how long it takes us to get this guy down. So I died there once, but I've gotten down to 20-ish health now. A few more shots should finish him off. We've got another wolf here to deal with. And we've been fighting for most of the night. You can see it's pitch black. Just want to get a few more hits on him. He's not letting me get anywhere near though. Right. A couple more shots. Yeah, there we go. And he's down. And he's dropped some tasty loot as well. So there's an enchanted book there, something that looks like a potion, and some wither skulls as well. Not quite sure why you dropped those, but we'll take them. There we go, and we'll pick up this experience and this wolf there as well that's lying around. Phew, what a battle that was. So you want to make sure you're fully prepared before you take on that guy, because he is pretty mean. And we have a look. I'm sure we are absolutely riddled with arrows. Let's see. Yep, look like a pincushion. Absolutely great. But armour's still all intact, just about. That was a long old fight. So you want to watch out for that guy. Be a bit careful if you see him come for you. And I think back now in the safety of our arcology, that is where we are going to leave it for this episode. So we've had a look at the Mandrake, we've had a look at Ents, demons, Triffids, and of course the Horned Huntsman as well, and he was one tough customer. That's where we'll wrap it up. In the next episode we'll get back on track. I think we might make ourselves a little bit of a to-do list of all of the other things in the Witchery mod, because there's still plenty to go, and we want to make sure that we cover it all across these episodes. So that's where we're going to leave it for now. I've been Shadeslay, bye for now.